Hello students, today we will learn the next illustration. See the illustration, I'll read out the question. Mr. Swagat, aged 63 years, working in Parikar Private Limited as CEO, furnished the following particulars for the previous year 2019-20. Compute his total income and tax liability for the assessment year 2020-21. Received salary for 12 months rupees 48 lakh. Rent received from two house property let out for residential purpose rupees 5 lakh. Short term capital gain rupees 1 lakh. Short term capital gain charged at 15% rupees 50,000. Long term capital gain rupees 3 lakh. Winning from horse race rupees 70,000 net value. Interest on bank FD, bank fixed deposit rupees 75,000 and saving bank account rupees 12,500. Interest on post office fixed deposits rupees 20,000 and post office saving bank rupees 8,000. He made following payments under that: PPF rupees 98,000, LIC premium of rupees 60,000 and NPS deposit rupees 80,000. Donation to NDF rupees 1,50,000 and Karnataka Chief Minister COVID-19 Pandemic Relief Fund rupees 50,000. Medical insurance self rupees 35,000 and on parents rupees 46,000. He also paid rupees 5,000 in cash for health checkup. Next, paid at 9.75% per annum interest on rupees 42 lakh borrowed for acquisition of a residential property which was sanctioned on 1st May 2019. The stamp value of the house is rupees 45 lakh. Paid interest at 10% per annum on the loan borrowed for the purchase of electric vehicle which was sanctioned on 1st June 2019. The amount of loan is rupees 20 lakh. So with this information we have to compute his total income and tax liability for the assessment year 2020-21. Now see the question. Mr. Swagat, aged 63 years, means senior citizen, working in Parikar Private Limited. So furnishes the following particulars for the previous year 2019-20. So with this information we have to compute his total income and tax liability for the assessment year 2020-21. So here they have given first one, received salary for 12 months for rupees 48 lakh. So when in the question when they give received salary or salary received or a gross salary, at that time we have to take standard deduction 50,000. So received salary for 12 months we have to take under the head section 15 48 lakh. From this we have to provide the standard deduction 50,000 rupees 50,000. Next, rent received from two house property let out for residential purpose. This is the income under section 22. So rent received from two house property rupees 5 lakh. So when they give rent received, then we have to provide municipal tax paid, deduction to municipal tax paid, standard deduction at 30% and interest on loan deduction. So here rent received from two house property is a rent received income 5 lakh we can take under the head section 28. Next, short term capital gain rupees 1 lakh. Short term capital gain charged at 15% rupees 50,000. Long term capital gain rupees 3 lakh. So this one we have to take under the head capital gain section 45 capital gain. So total 3 lakh plus 1 lakh 4 lakh 50,000. While computing tax liability we have to take long term capital gain and short term capital gain which is charged at 15%, not short term capital gain 1 lakh. So only these two we have to take first under special rate. Next, winning from horse race 70,000 net value is gain. While computing gross total income, gross value we have to take. Next, interest on bank FDs rupees 75,000 and SB account rupees 12,500. Interest on post office FD account rupees 20,000. Interest on POSB account 8,000. So these are the income taxable under section income from other source. So interest on bank FD 75,000, SB account 12,500, interest on POFD 20,000 and post office saving bank account is taxable beyond rupees 3,500, means up to rupees 3,500 is exempt, balance is taxable, and all these amount are taxable, but he can claim deduction here. So since he is aged 63 year, he is a senior citizen. For the bank deposit, he can claim deduction under section 80 TTB. So under section 80 TTB, for the senior citizen, maximum 50,000 can be claimed for the bank deposits. So total deposit here given is 75,000, 12,500, 20,000, 8,000. So maximum 50,000 he can claim for the interest on bank FDs here. So maximum 50,000 he can claim under section 80 TTB because he is a senior citizen. So when he is claiming deduction under section 80 TTB, he is not eligible to claim deduction under section 80 TTA. He has to claim any one section, not both. So any one section, since he is a senior citizen, he can get a benefit of 80 TTB because in the 80 TTB section, maximum limit is 50,000. Under 80 TTA, maximum limit is 10,000. So he can claim under section 80 TTB maximum 50,000 for the bank deposits because he is aged 63 years. Next, he made following payments under that: PPF rupees 98,000, LIC premium rupees 60,000, NPS deposit rupees 80,000. So these can be deductible under section 80C. PPF deposit under section 80C, LIC premium under section 80C, NPS deposit he can claim under section 80CCD, and even he can claim under 80CCD 1B for the additional deduction for NPS. Next, donation to NDF rupees 1,50,000. Karnataka Chief Minister COVID-19 Pandemic Relief Fund 50,000. For this donation without limit it is, he can claim deduction under section 80G. Next, medical insurance self rupees 35,000 and on parents rupees 46,000. He also paid 5,000 in cash for health checkup. Here he can claim deduction for under section 80D. For the medical insurance self aged 63 years, so maximum 50,000 he can claim for the self aged 63 years, and parents 46,000 is given. When he is aged 63 years, it is assumed that parent is aged above 60, so here also he can maximum claim 50,000, so 46,000 can be claimed, and he also paid 5,000 in cash for health checkup. So for this health checkup he can claim deduction within the maximum prescribed limit. So here maximum limit is for self 50,000, for parent 50,000, total 1 lakh can be claimed within with including preventive health checkup, rupees 1 lakh can be claimed, but actual we have to take whichever is less, 1 lakh or actual whichever is less. Next, paid at 9.75% per annum interest on rupees 42 lakh borrowed for acquisition of residential property which was sanctioned on 1st May 2019. The stamp value of house is rupees 45 lakh. So for the loan borrowed for the any interest payment for the loan borrowed for the acquisition of a residential property which is sanctioned in the year 2019-20 can be claimed deduction for the interest payment. They can claim a deduction for the interest payment under section 80 EEA. Under section 80 EEA, he can claim deduction for the interest payment for the loan borrowed for the acquisition of residential property, but conditions apply here. That is, the stamp value of house should not be more than 45 lakh. It should be 45 lakh or less than 45 lakh. So first condition is satisfied. Second condition is the loan should be sanctioned in the financial year 2019-20. So here the loan is sanctioned in the year 1st May 2019, means here the second condition is the loan should be sanctioned in the financial year 2019-20, that is from 1st April 2019 till 31st March 2020. So in this financial year the loan should be sanctioned. So here the loan was sanctioned on 1st May 2019, means it is sanctioned in between 1st April 2019 to 31st March 2020. So second condition also satisfied. And the loan is borrowed for the acquisition of residential house property. So he is eligible to claim deduction under section 80 EEA. So firstly he has to claim deduction for this interest on housing loan under section 24 under income from house property. While computing income from house property, he can claim deduction maximum 2 lakh. He can claim a deduction maximum 2 lakh for the interest payment. Balance if there is interest, then he can claim under section 80 TTA. Next third one is paid interest at 10% per annum on loan borrowed for purchase of electric vehicles which was sanctioned on 1st June 2019. The amount of loan is rupees 20 lakh. So for this loan interest payment on the loan borrowed for the purchase of electric vehicle, he can claim deduction under section 80 EEB. Here also condition is the loan should be sanctioned in the financial year 2019-20, that is from 1st April to 31st March 2019 to 31st March 2020. In between the loan should be sanctioned. So the loan is sanctioned on 1st June 2019. So condition satisfies and they can eligible to claim deduction under section 80 EEB from the assessment year 2020-21. So these two deduction is newly added deduction which can be claimed from the assessment year 2019-20. So the assessee can get a benefit of this deduction from the assessment year 2020-21. So now we'll work out the illustration. So first write the heading computation of total income of Mr. Swagat for the assessment year 2020-21, 3 column particulars and 2 amount column. So first we have to compute the gross total income. Under that first section is section 15 income from salary. So relating to salary, the information given is received salary for 12 months. So it is for 12 months is given, not for per month. So 48 lakh you can take directly, salary received 48 lakh. So when they give salary received, we have to provide standard deduction of rupees 50,000. So deduct standard deduction 50,000. So balance 47,50,000 is a taxable salary income. Next second section is income from house property. Here they have given rent received from 2 house property which is let out for residential purpose. So 5 lakh rupee. Rent received gross annual value 5 lakh. So from the gross annual value he can claim deduction municipal tax paid. So in this question there is no municipal tax paid, so nil. So balance is known as annual value. From annual value, 2 deduction. First one is standard deduction at 30%, that is calculated on annual value 5 lakh into 30% is equal to 1,50,000. Second one is interest on loan. So he has taken a loan here for the acquisition of residential house property. For this he can maximum 2 lakh loan he can claim under section 24. So this is the interest on loan is under section 24. So here he can claim deduction for the interest on loan. So the loan value, how much? The loan borrowed is for rupees 42 lakh. So 42 lakh is a loan value and the interest rate is at 9.75%. Interest value is 9.75% into the interest payment period is here loan is sanctioned on 1st May 2019 means he paid interest from May to the year end. So that is from May 1st May 2019 to 31st March 2020. So total 11 months. We have to exclude the April month. So the loan sanctioned in the May month means the interest is not paid in the April. So we have to exclude the April month and so from May to year end. So that is 11 month. He paid interest for the 11 month. 11 divided by 12. So that is the total interest he paid during the financial year 2019-20 is 3,75,375. In that under section 24 he can claim maximum 2 lakh interest here. So in that 3,75,375 maximum 2 lakh he can claim under section 24. So balance interest if there is, the balance interest on loan can be claimed under section 80 EEA. So the balance income is a taxable income from house property. Next section 28 business income. There is no income relating to business, so nil. Next section 45, that is capital gain. Here short term capital gain 1 lakh is given. Short term capital gain charged at 15% 50,000. Long term capital gain 3 lakh. So total we have to write here. So the total value is 4,50,000 is a capital gain. Next is income from other source. Under that, winning from horse race 70,000 net value is given. We have to cross up. Then interest on bank FD, SB account, interest on post office FD account, interest on POSB account. So we have to take one by one. In winning from horse race 70,000 net value is given. So here we have to cross up, that is 100 by 70. We'll get 1 lakh rupee. Next income under the other sources, interest on bank FDs, that is rupees 75,000, SB account 12,500, interest on POFD account rupees 20,000, and interest on POSB account given value is 8,000. In that 3,500 is exempt. So balance taxable value is 4,500. So the total income from other sources is 2,12,000. So now we have to compute gross total income, that is adding 5 heads of income. We will get, so if you add the 5 heads of income, we will get the value 55,12,000. Next, from gross total income, we have to deduct the deduction under section 80. So the first deduction is 80C deduction. So relating to 80C, they have given PPF rupees 98,000, LIC premium 60,000. So the total ETC deduction is 98,000 plus 60,000. It comes 1,58,000. 1,58,000. So as per 80 CCE, the maximum limit to claim deduction under section 80C, 80 CCC, 80 CCD1 should not exceed 1,50,000. So here we have to take 1,50,000 maximum. So for the NPS deposit, we can't claim under section 80 CCD1 because the maximum limit reached here, restricted to 1,50,000 here. So the next NPS deposit 80,000, he can claim under section 80 CCD 1B for the NPS deposit. Here also maximum limit is 50,000. So actual deposit is 80,000. So maximum 50,000 he can claim under section 80 CCD 1B. Next is a deduction under section 80D, that is here medical insurance premium is given 35,000 for self, because here his age is 63 years, so maximum 50,000 he can claim here. So 35,000 we can take. Then for parents 46,000 is given. When his age is above 60 years, we can, here it is assumed that parents is also aged above 60 years. So maximum 50,000 he can claim here. So 46,000 we can take. Then health checkup we have to take including the maximum limit of rupees 1 lakh. So 35,000 plus 46,000 plus 5,000, it comes to 86,000. It comes to 86,000. We can take 86,000 deduction here. So because maximum 1 lakh we can claim under section 80D. Maximum rupees 1 lakh we can claim under section 80D. Next deduction is relating to 80 EEA, section 80 EEA, that is relating to interest on housing loan borrowed for acquisition of housing. Next 80 EEA is a deduction relating to interest on housing loan borrowed for the acquisition of house property. Acquisition of a house property. So this deduction can be claimed over and above deduction under section 24B. So we have already claimed deduction for this. So here we have already claimed the deduction for the interest on housing loan, that is maximum 2 lakh we have claimed. Actual interest is 3,75,375. Maximum 2 lakh we have claimed here. So balance how much? 1,75,375 is the balance. So up to 1,50,000 he can claim under section 80 EEA. So here 3,75,375 is the total interest. In that 2 lakh is claimed under section 24. So balance how much? 1,75,375. So this interest can be claimed under section 80 EEA. Here also maximum limit is Here the maximum limit for the deduction is 1,50,000. He can claim maximum 1,50,000 here, not 1,75,375. Here it is restricted to 1,50,000 under section 80 EEA. So balance interest, for the balance interest he is not going to get any deductions. Next is deduction is 80 EEB. So 80 EEB is relating to interest on loan borrowed for purchase of electric vehicle. So the deduction is given for the interest on electric vehicle loan. So the loan value, how much? The loan value is 20 lakh. Loan value 20 lakh, and the rate of interest is 10% per annum, so 10%, and here he paid interest for the period of, means the loan was sanctioned on 1st June 2019. So as per the condition, the loan should be sanctioned between 1st April 2019 to 31st March 2020. Here it sanctioned on 1st June means the condition satisfies. So from 1st June to year end, what is the interest he paid? That much interest, for the interest payment he can claim a deduction under section 80 EEB. So that is calculated like 20 lakh is the loan value, in the 10% is the rate of interest, and he paid interest for the 10 month. Means from 1st June 2019 to 31st March 2020, total 10 month he paid interest, excluding the April and May month. From 1st June we have to take. So 10 by 12, the total interest comes to 1,66,667. But here maximum limit to claim under section 80 EEB is 1,50,000. So 1,50,000 deduction he can claim here. So maximum limit is a 1,50,000. Actual interest he paid is 1,66,667. But he can claim deduction up to 1,50,000, not more than that. Next deduction is relating to 80G. Here they have given donation to NDF rupees 1,50,000 and Karnataka Chief Minister COVID-19 Pandemic Relief Fund 50,000. So both are without limit items. So we can take 100% deduction here. Donation to NDF 100%, that is 1,50,000. Karnataka CM COVID-19 Pandemic Relief Fund 50,000. The total value is 2 lakh is a deduction under section 80G. So the last deduction is 80 TTA, that is relating to 80 TTB. Here he is a senior citizen, so he can claim deduction under section 80 TTB, not TTA, when he is a senior citizen. He is aged above 63 years. See here, he is aged above 63 years, so he can claim deduction under section 80 TTB, not under section 80 TTA. So here maximum he can claim 50,000. Total bank deposit he is having 75,000, 12,500, 20,000 and 8,000. The maximum he can claim is 50,000. So bank FD we can take here. So 50,000 deduction he can claim under section 80 TTB. So the total deduction under section 80 comes to 8,36,000. So the total income is equal to 46,76,000. That is GTA minus deduction under section 80 equal to total income, that is 46,76,000. So now we'll find out the tax liability. He is aged 63 years, so he is a senior citizen. We have to apply the tax liability condition for the senior citizen. So his income is 46,76,000, means we can take the special income first. So first short term capital gain he have. Short term capital gain 50,000, this one we have to take. Long term capital gain 3 lakh and winning from horse race. So short term capital gain 50,000, that is at 15%. Long term capital gain value 3 lakh at 20%, and winning value we have to take gross value, that is from income from other source we have to take 1 lakh at 30%. So the total special income at special rate, tax on special income is 97,500. Next we have to find balance income. Is total income is 46,76,000. In that the income already taxed is 50,000, 3 lakh and 1 lakh. So we have to deduct the income already taxed. So balance income, now the balance income is 42,26,000. On this income we have to apply the tax slab. So since he is a senior citizen, first 5 lakh amount is exempt here. First 5 lakh income 0% nil. Next 5 lakh income, next on 5 lakh income he has to pay 20% tax. So 5 lakh into 20%, 1 lakh. Next on the balance income, he has to pay 30% tax. So we have to find the balance income, that is 42,26,000 minus 10 lakh, that is equal to 32,26,000. On balance income 30% tax is equal to 9,67,800. So the total is 10,67,800. When you add the total tax liabilities 11,65,300. So here there is no tax rebate because his total income is more than 5 lakh, and no surcharge because his total income is less than 50 lakh. So directly add health and education cess at 4% on the tax liability. On tax we have to calculate the 4%. So the total tax liability is 12,11,912. So on this total tax liability he has to deduct TDS which he already paid on winnings. So that is net value minus gross value minus net value is equal to 30,000. So the final tax liability is 11,81,912, which can be rounded off to nearest rupee, that is 11,81,910. See the note for medical insurance premium. Medical insurance premium for self maximum 50,000 can claim, and for parents maximum 50,000, because here self aged 63 year is given, so maximum 50,000 can claim. Parent age is not given, but when self age is given, so it is assumed that he is also aged above 60. So including preventive health checkup, maximum total 1 lakh can be claimed under section 80D.